Hey guys, welcome to another sort of, I don't know what you call them. I'm calling them sort of reactor as a general term, but it's basically videos where I kind of discuss my opinions and sort of express my viewpoints on announcements or events or things like that. In this case, I'm going to be talking about Minecon 2016. I have a lot of people who are sort of pinging me and even friends who are like, how is Minecon? Because most people have never been to Minecon and are curious about what it's like and, you know, how you can make a convention around like one basic game per se. I know there's variations of games, there's Pocket and different things like that, but as far as Minecraft as a single entity in a game, how do you make a convention about that? And is it worth going to and things like that? So I thought, hey, I have a few minutes. Let's make a video and kind of share why I was there, you know, what I did, and you know, how the event was in general. So, you know, the thing about Minecon is that they tend to take place in different countries each year. It's a singular thing each year. It's not like they have one in the United States and then later in the year they have one in Germany or overseas and another one someplace else in Asia. It's literally one per year, at least right now. So last year's was in London, and this year's took place in Anaheim at the convention center. So literally a stone's throw away from Disneyland. If you guys like Disneyland, who doesn't like Disneyland, honestly? So the Anaheim Convention Center is just across the street, basically from Disneyland, and it's not a huge convention center. It's not like San Diego's convention center for San Diego Comic-Con or anything like that, but it's decent size, and they're actually kind of expanding it. I think they're getting a lot more business from things like Minecon, so they're adding this huge section to it that was under construction when we went there. So Minecraft, the 2016 Minecon took place on the weekend of September 24 and 25, so not that long ago, right? A little over a week ago or so. And when you bought tickets, you basically got tickets for the whole weekend. And to show you how popular Minecraft still is, I think they sold around 12,000 tickets. So they allotted like 12,000 tickets for the weekend, and all of them sold out, I think, in about 30 seconds or a minute, like super fast. And you know, these are like parents who are trying to get tickets for their kids to come. So it's really so funny to hear when I was talking to folks while I was there about, you know, where they're from. There's a lot of people from the East Coast of the United States, people from Canada, even people from overseas who flew in for just for the weekend for their kids, which is crazy. I mean, that's great parents for those kids, but that's bonkers. Like I would never do that. But you know, it was a huge success from the standpoint of selling out, and it shows you the fervor and the interest that's still all about Minecraft. And I'm not a huge Minecraft person. You know, I play it and I find sort of the design of it and sort of the evolution of it over the years very interesting, just from a game industry veteran sort of perspective. But I think still it's predominantly younger. It skews younger, right? I would say that, you know, you've got that 8 to 14-year-old range of people who predominantly play it. Not to say that adults don't play it. I know a lot of adults who play it and who love the creative aspects of it and being able to build whatever they want to. But predominantly, it feels like it's a younger kind of experience, and you see a lot more kids playing it and mods and stuff that are geared towards younger kids playing it. And you know, but it's worked, right? It is still very popular many, many years out since its release. It's early sort of alpha or beta release. And just the number of people that showed up for Minecon this year supports that Minecraft is not going anywhere for a long time. I mean, it's too popular to simply disappear. And and as many know, Microsoft bought Mojang a while ago, and it seems like their money was well spent, because Minecraft is definitely going to continue to bring in revenue for a long time to come. So anyway, that's sort of the sort of basis, the general background for Minecon. And I was there because I was helping some teams to demo their game. So the developer of the game I was demoing is React Games, and they are releasing a sort of a multiplayer kind of dungeon brawler kind of action RPG game called Super Dungeon Bros. So 4-player local, 4-player online, just that fun kind of going through and working with your friends together to go deeper into the dungeon, kill hordes of just undead and creatures, and upgrade your guys along the way. If you play Castle Crashers, you like Castle Crashers, this game is very heavily inspired by Castle Crashers. And so you'll definitely enjoy it. And the great thing is that the levels as well, the dungeons are procedurally generated, so they're different every time. And there'll be daily challenges and weekly challenges. I'm not going to make this sort of a pitch for that game, but definitely, we just announced the release date for the game. It's going to be November 1st. It should be a really, really fun game for PS4, Xbox One, PC, Steam. So check it out if you get a chance. But anyway, the reason I was there was to demo that game. In recent years, Minecon has added in a indie game section, which is great because it supports indie developers, who may not have the money to go to a larger scale convention as far as a retail convention like E3 or things like that. So they supply, all the equipment and stuff, and they're really just awesome at how they treat the indie developers. And so here's a chance for everyone to come in, set up their games, and show off to that fan base, that the kids and even the adults of games that if you like Minecraft or that sort of kind of world or things like that, that these are other games that you may want to consider. And it was really popular. I mean, there was a constant number of people in and out, kids running, adults running back and forth. I know in my kiosk, I had people coming back like 7, 8, 9 times. There was this one kid actually who was 8 years old, and he came back and he liked it so much that I just let him start doing demos for it because he knew everything about the game and the demo because he kept asking questions. He dragged his dad there and they're playing. So whenever anyone was playing it, he was pointing out tips and stuff, which is awesome. So shout out to him for coming and playing the game. We really appreciate it. He was a blast to have there because he had so much energy and he was so loving the game. But so indie game section, right in the middle of the convention space, pretty much, and from a whole variety of platforms, from PC to 3DS and standard consoles and stuff like that. So really neat. Even some VR stuff as far as the Samsung Gear VR, and they were also showing as far as VR on the Oculus, they were showing Minecraft as well. So definitely even pushing to head into the VR direction and getting kids excited. Though, ironically, they were really limiting the age for kids who could use the VR, so even though they had it there, it's mostly the older folks and older kids who were trying it out. So, sorry kids, but you gotta protect your eyeballs. And in relation to the show and convention as a whole, it was really interesting. They had a big opening ceremony in this giant hall, and it was just amazingly large. You can see some pictures of it here, but the scale of this room was, I don't know, I don't think I've ever been in a room that big, that was that long and deep and had so many people. And I think literally all 12,000 people were in there, and they had like 6 giant screens and just getting people excited. They had a countdown for when it was going to start, and everyone was cheering, and it was really neat to be in the middle of that as far as just excitement. Especially, coming from the traditional video games industry and going to industry events or media events, most people in the industry are quite jaded or older, and they're like, impress me. They don't get easily excited. And so even at events where things are being unveiled, you kind of have the applause and stuff, but there's not that genuine excitement that you have when 12,000 kids or Minecraft fans are in a room just happy to be there and just wanting to see people from the dev team or YouTubers and stuff, and they're just screaming endlessly. It's awesome. It's a great feeling, and it really kind of gave me appreciation for the industry again, because I was burnt out a bit over the last few years, and to see that excitement, to see that genuine joy from playing something and seeing news about a game really got me excited and pumped up again for that next stage of my career and my life. So they had the opening ceremony, and that went on for a couple hours, and they had an awesome kind of like video. They unveiled some new aspects of the portable editions of Minecraft. They brought on YouTubers and folks from Mojang like Jeb, and it was just a way for everyone to really interact with the audience, and it was fun, it was lighthearted, and I think really everyone enjoyed it. Once that was over, they opened the show floors and everyone ran in, and the show floor space is pretty big. There's a whole section for sort of called the arena, where they had tons of PCs hooked up, and you could compete in different modes for a chance to win a cape. So that was the big thing for this Minecon. There's these capes, custom-made capes, that you could win if you did well in the tournament. So all the kids were wanting that. You could see a lot of kids walking through the hallways and stuff wearing these awesome kind of capes. So it was a big area for that. There's a big area for the console versions of Minecraft, so PS4 and Xbox. And there was various places where photos that you could go. They had giant displays of Minecraft enemies and props that you could kind of get photos with. They had like a sort of a jungle where you could kind of show that you were moving the blocks. They had, which is interesting, they had a section reserved for teaching people about the educational version of Minecraft. So if you didn't know, Minecraft has its own basis of programming and sort of systems in place to be able to allow you to kind of dig deeper into the program and actually build things within the game or create systems within the game. And through people's excitement and kids' excitement for Minecraft in general, it's a very clever way to teach them how to program without them thinking that they're actually programming. So it's a great way to get them into that field and having them think about sort of logical instruction sets and how do we lay out a program that will visually impact the game. So you do something and you can almost instantly kind of see its impact on the world. So in that sort of perspective, it's kind of like HTML, which is what brought me into kind of programming a little bit back in my early days. I love the instant aspect of HTML. I type some code, I can see it visually in a browser. It was really neat and really rewarding. So they had a lot of push for teachers and educators to come learn about this kind of version of Minecraft and how it can be integrated into school and how it can sort of help with computer classes and things like that. So it's really neat. I applaud them for doing that because I think that's a great way to get kids interested in that kind of direction for their future growth and career. So that was neat. They had what other stuff they had that was kind of cool? They had like a maze that you could go through. They had a stage where basically they would unveil different things like new update information. They would bring famous YouTubers on. I don't know any of these Minecraft YouTubers, but the kids went gaga over them. And they bring them on and let them do Q&As. So it was just a big gathering of creators and digesters, I guess, people who are taking in the content, people who are creating it, and getting them to meet sort of face to face. And it was just neat to kind of see again that excitement. I don't know, there's so much energy in that room and from the kids, like kids running all over the place, just being excited, and it was neat to see. So yeah, it was just 2 days of that, lots of different events. They had a costume contest that was neat. Though there was an Ender Dragon that I saw in the hallway. I was really blown away by his uniform, his costume. And we were talking to him and he didn't even make it to the finals, which seems really unfair. Like the costume was amazing. There was a line of people wanting to take photos of him because the costume was so amazing. So I didn't see the costume contest myself, but man, the standards must have been super high because that Ender Dragon costume was amazing. And like I said, he didn't even get into the finals. So that was really disappointing. So costume contest, they had a lot of giveaways and raffles, and they had knowledge quizzes that you could win stuff. They also had a small area where retailers were kind of showing their upcoming stuff. So they had Lego was there to show off Minecon sets. They had people showing 3D printers where you could take your Minecraft creations and print it out on a 3D printer, which was really neat. Namco Bandai was there with toys, Minecraft toys. So definitely, a whole section for that. And then Excuse me. And let's see, what else was the big stuff that I'm kind of skimming over. They had a big, huge section because they were streaming the whole thing live. So they had a lot of just people doing that and going around filming stuff and kind of having a constant stream for people who couldn't make it. But overall, it was, it was a really fun experience. Seeing it from a demo perspective or having to demo there was actually not bad at all. I mean, it was 2 long days, but just because the kids, again, they're coming in and they're really excited to play the games, it was awesome. And you just want to explain to them, you want them to have fun and play it. So again, sort of very different from kind of a traditional industry convention or gathering where you're always just constantly trying to impress the press or other people or retailers and stuff. Buy my game, write about my game. This is just simply, hey, it looks fun, this is fun, try it out, let me know what you think. And it's, it's a complete 180 of how things are normally. So I definitely appreciate that. Again, that went Saturday and Sunday, and at the end of Sunday I had a closing ceremony, thanking everyone for coming, and they did some nice things where all the developers who were in the indie section came together for a nice group photo. So it was really a fun time, and I had a blast being there. I had a blast demoing Super Dungeon Bros. And if you're even remotely interested in Minecraft, even on a peripheral basis, Minecon is definitely something to check out. I mean, it's just a neat, fun experience, but it sounds like you're gonna have to be pretty fast on your refresh button to buy tickets, because if it's selling out that fast these days, each successive year as it gets more and more popular, it's just gonna be crazier and crazier. Though I wonder where they're gonna have it next year. Rumor has it they might have it in Germany or some other part of Europe. Germany, I know, is pretty big for Minecraft too. Yeah, so that was it. They also gave away free stuff if you waited in line and got your picture taken and stuff, like some exclusive stuff. So they have like this right here, which is an exclusive Steve that you got. So every day, if you lined up for sort of a photo kind of session, they gave you this box. It had a mystery item in it. And one day it was Steve, and another day I think it was a horse. And I don't know how many times they would mix it up every day, but I know there were those 2 items for sure. And of course they had the store, because what's a Minecraft convention without a Minecraft store? And so they're selling a lot of exclusive con t-shirts, just standard toys that you'd find everywhere else. But the great thing is that the prices were actually quite fair. I'm used to like Comic-Con prices where everything is like 60, 70, 80, over $100. But everything was quite reasonable as far as conventions go. Still kind of pricey when compared to the real world, but definitely much cheaper than what I was expecting, which is why I think they pretty much sold out of everything. It was pretty fair pricing, and there's a lot of variety, stuff from bags to the swords and pickaxes to figures and things like that. So overall, definitely a fun time. Like I said, if you're interested in Minecraft at all, you should definitely check out the next time it's in the United States, though I expect it'll probably be on the East Coast again. And yeah, so thanks for listening. Let me know if you have any questions about Minecraft that I didn't answer in this video, and I'll respond to them in the question section on YouTube. Other than that, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. See you later. Bye.